Canelo Alvarez weighs in at 167 and 1/2 pounds, 167 and 1/2.
Same shit that everybody else been saying since I moved to 147. I ain't fought nobody. Every last one of them stump a mud hole in their ass and he gonna be next. Why?
Fight week energy? Off the charts. Canelo versus Crawford isn't just a matchup, it's a collision of pride. Every press conference feels like the undercard's already started words flying, tempers snapping. That New York presser? Crawford gave Canelo the infamous shove, and respect went out the window faster than a bad scorecard.
Good fighter or great fighter? Let me know.
I'm a great fighter.
So you got your ass whooped
You're
by
a
good fighter, right?
You're a good fighter.
I'm saying.
But I'm great.
Okay.
Canelo swears it wasn't even Bud's idea, that Turki Alalshikh gassed it up. But Canelo's message is simple. Push me once, it's different. And you could see in his eyes he meant that.
What I don't respect about Crawford, his work. He say, I'm not gonna do anything I don't want it, or somebody tell me I need to do, and he do it in that. He tried to back me up, not pushing me, but back me up, and that's why.
Crawford though? Man laughed it off. No flinch, no crack. Just a grin that said, cute. Now he's talking about winning without even chasing the knockout. That's next level confidence or disrespect depending on your corner.
After the press conference with the push, what was your reaction to that?
I just laughed at it, as you can see. You know, I love things like that. You know, it excites me. I'm more motivated than that.
Fans are split down the middle, but one thing's clear. This fight is way more than belts. It's ego versus ego. Bruh, Canelo and Bud out here turning press conferences into fight nights. Forget the smiles and handshakes. This is all side eyes and smoke.
Is animosity building, or it's just part of the moment?
You know me. No, I'm not fake. I don't like to do that kind of stuff. I always respect my opponents, but I did with me, so it's different, you know. What I think is Turki Alalshikh told him, hey, you need to do something. You see so nervous in Riyadh in the press conference.
Remember when Crawford pushed him in New York? Yeah, that was it. That was the day Canelo stopped playing nice. And now Canelo's like, he only did it because somebody told him to, basically calling Bud a puppet. Savage. But the wild part?
That means you're a good fighter and Bivol is a great fighter, right?
And question.
Well, every time you stepped up, you lost. Great fighter.
I'm not.
Crawford ain't even sweaty. Dude laughed like Canelo's anger was a TikTok skit, and now he's saying, I don't need a KO, I'll just box him silly. That's cold. Fans on Canelo's side looking nervous like their favorite show just got canceled. That press conference? Man, it went from let's sell the fight to this is personal real quick. Canelo looked Crawford dead in the face like, yeah, you're good, but I'm great.
Like I always said, I'm a big fan of Canelo. He's a great fighter, but I think
that wasn't ego. That was him saying, I've lived in your shoes, and trust me, they don't fit right. Then Bud dropped the Bivol bomb. Every time you step up, you lose. Cold. That's not trash talk, that's history class. He basically reminded the world that Canelo got turned into a frustrated math student against Dmitry Bivol. Now it ain't just about belts. It's about pride, ghosts, and rewriting chapters. And then here comes Eddie Hearn dropping logic grenades, saying, if Canelo wins, fans will just cry he beat a smaller guy. And he's right. Boxing fans always move the goalposts. Beat an older champ? Too old. Beat a smaller guy? Undersized. Nothing's ever enough. And Eddie knows the real mountain is still Bivol. The stage was set for a press conference. But what unfolded was an ego war. You're good, but me? I'm great. It wasn't confidence, it was a declaration. A reminder that he's walked the path Bud is just now stepping onto. But Crawford didn't blink. He fired back with a dagger. Every time you step up, you lose. The Bivol shadow loomed large. A fight that still haunts Canelo. A ghost waiting to be buried. Now belts mean little. This is about legacy, about redemption, about proving who is truly great. And while pride ignites the fighters, Eddie Hearn adds fuel to the fire. His warning, beat Crawford, and critics will call him small. Dodge Bivol and the questions never end. For Canelo, there's no easy path. For Crawford, no fear. The press tour turned into a therapy session for pride. Canelo told Crawford straight, "You're good, but I'm great." It wasn't bravado, it was lived experience. But Crawford's rebuttal cut deeper. "Every time you step up, you lose." A direct reminder of the Dmitry Bivol loss that still lingers over Canelo's resume. That moment reframed the fight. No longer just for belts, but for legacy. Canelo wants to exorcise the Bivol ghost. Crawford wants to prove his greatness isn't tied to weight classes, but skill. Then George comes sliding in like that one friend who keeps switching sides mid-debate. 1 minute it's Bud, next minute it's Canelo. Like he's arguing with himself just to keep the smoke alive. And you know what? That's real. We've all been there at 2 a.m., highlight reels on loop, convincing ourselves the other guy wins. But George put it plain. If Canelo turns on that pressure, it's lights out. If Crawford stays slick and makes him miss, judges are raising Bud's hand. That's chess, not checkers. The promoters talked, the fighters clashed. But then came Stephen Fulton, the fighter's voice. No dollar signs, no hype, just respect. For him, Crawford represents the daredevil spirit, the man unafraid to fight uphill battles. Fulton knows that feeling, and he salutes it. His advice to Bud? Stay sharp, outsmart him. Don't play Canelo's game. Try to match power with power, and you walk into the lion's den. But keep it slick, keep it clever. The little man becomes the riddle even greatness can't solve. And then George spoke up not with certainty, but with honesty. Torn between both sides, flipping mid-sentence, reflecting the same conflict fans everywhere feel. His take was simple but sharp. If Canelo applies pressure, the fight ends in fire. If Crawford dances with shadows, it ends in points. This isn't just boxing, it's a puzzle. A question of who imposes their will first. Man, this ain't just another fight announcement. Canelo versus Crawford? That's ego warfare, that's legacy on the line. From NYC shoves to promoters stirring the pot, this press tour has been straight up fireworks. Let's break it all down because this one is shaping up to be a fight we'll be talking about for decades. Every time you step up, you lose. Ouch. That wasn't trash talk, that was career talk. Reminding everyone that Dmitry Bivol once turned Canelo into a frustrated redhead trying to solve calculus. That ghost still lingers in this fight. It's about more than belts. It's about erasing history. Then Stephen Fulton stepped in, speaking for the fighters. He's rocking with Bud, not for the payday, but for the daredevil DNA. Fulton respects anybody bold enough to climb uphill battles. His advice? Stay slick, stay smart. Don't let Canelo drag you into a slugfest. That's wisdom. If Bud tries to match power, it's game over. But if he stays sharp, suddenly the little guy is the nightmare nobody solves. George followed with that classic barbershop energy. 1 minute he's Team Bud, next minute Team Canelo switching sides mid-argument like the rest of us at 2 a.m., watching highlights. His take? Simple. If Canelo flips on the pressure cooker, lights out. If Crawford makes him chase shadows, the judges are calling Bud's name. Then Duke McKenzie swung in with zero hesitation. Forget the romance, Crawford's about to do a number on Canelo, and he wasn't sugarcoating. He called Canelo flat-footed, predictable, not the same monster we saw in his prime. And with Bud's switch hitting, Duke sees a nightmare buffet of angles that could split Canelo's guard wide open. His verdict? Crawford's due for that career-defining masterclass. And finally, Dan Raphael, the encyclopedia himself, hyped it like a Super Bowl of the sweet science. His point? Forget the flat performances last time out. Legacy fights wake fighters up. Canelo knows he's facing the pound-for-pound boogeyman. Crawford knows this is the final boss fight. No cheat codes, no second chances, just skill and pride. If you enjoyed it, do the channel a favor, like, share, and subscribe. Drop your picks in the comments. Who wins and in which round? I'll be in the replies arguing with you, so bring your receipts. Hit that bell, follow us on socials, and we'll catch you next time, same place, more heat.